In the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to get ahead of 99% of people, and in theory, it's actually pretty simple. If you want to get ahead of 99% of people, you need to do what 99% of people aren't willing to do. And I know it sounds obvious, right? Like you've heard this hundreds of times before, but in all honesty, it's the same bullshit over and over again. Stick to your goals, manifest your dreams, be more disciplined, or something called monk mode. Bro, are you being serious right now? Like goals, for real? Like Elon Musk level goals, yeah, for sure, that allowed him to become successful. Be more disciplined, and I mean, that sounds great, but construction workers are disciplined as well, yet you don't look up to them. Manifest your dreams. Bro, come on, we're in 2025. Most of the things that people are preaching out here will not get you ahead. Because by definition, if you want to be more successful than everybody else, you need to be willing to do what everybody else does not do. Okay, so here's the deal. In this video, I'm gonna show you the 3 steps that you need to take today to actually be part of that 1% and get ahead of 99% of people. And of course, we're gonna talk about the money side of things, but this applies to everything in life. Those steps are the following. Number 1, master what others don't know exists. Step 2, monetize what others cannot replicate. Step number 3, mechanize what others struggle to delegate. So let's start with the first one. Master what others don't know exists. If you look at majority of people, they follow the same predictable path as everybody else. Either working a construction job, going to university, or getting a regular 9 to 5. And while there's nothing wrong with that, it's kind of a guaranteed way of securing yourself a paycheck every single month. And that's fine. But these traditional paths are built for stability and not wealth. So what's the reason? Well, for the simple fact that everyone knows about them. Anything that is common knowledge is never where the highest financial rewards are. To break into the 1%, you need to master what others don't even know exists. And there's an entire world of high income skills like sales, copywriting, appointment setting, AI automation, and so much more. And most people don't have a single clue about it. These high income skills are the backbone of wealth creation because they allow you to generate money without being limited by an hourly wage or a fixed salary. Let me just give you one quick example to demonstrate what I'm saying. You ever heard of Zapier? Exactly. That's what I thought. In simple terms, Zapier is a software that enables you to make simple automations for businesses. I personally know a guy that is charging $4,000 to create these simple automations for small businesses. He spent 2 years going from not even knowing what Zapier is to making 8 sales a month at $4,000 the automation. So you make the math there. Technically, he's already in the top 1%. You see, 20 seconds ago, you didn't even know that this existed, but now you know that with this high income skill, you can become part of that 1%. And the best part is, you don't need any experience and you do not need any degree or certifications. If you're actually serious and committed, you can put in the next 6 to 12 months of your life dedicated to mastering one skill, whether it be through courses, through books, through YouTube, to Google research, and obviously to the good old trial and error. But if you want to accelerate this entire process, I highly suggest you get some sort of one-on-one coaching, mentoring, so you can reduce the time process to about 1 to 3 months. Either way, what I'm trying to say here is that you need to invest into skills that will make you money, not just getting some sort of knowledge from a college degree and then working on the same cycle for somebody else. The people who win financially are the ones who stop following the masses and start learning from what others overlook. And once you do, you'll start realizing that this game is being played in a completely different level, and you're getting paid based on results, not just the amount of hours that you worked. Number 2, monetize what others cannot replicate. Learning and mastering a high income skill is just the first step, but the real money comes in by monetizing it in a way that others cannot replicate. Most people go to uni, get some useless knowledge, get some useless skill, and then try to find a job where they're gonna be trading their time for a paycheck. And what happens is they become replaceable because the boss can simply hire somebody else that can do the exact same thing that you were doing. And the crazy thing is, AI is in the scene now, getting your job in danger. That's why most people, despite of them having a college degree, having a knowledge, or having a valuable skill, they still cannot guarantee themselves a long-term job. And the worst part is, they get stuck at the same average income levels. If you want to hit the top 1% in income earnings, you need to learn a skill, master a skill, and package it in a way that gives you leverage. This means moving beyond working for somebody else and packaging your skill in a scalable or high-ticket way. For example, if you master sales, don't just settle for a commission-based job. Position yourself instead as a high-ticket closer for high-ticket offers. In other words, one sale can make you thousands of dollars. Let's say, for example, that you're good at copywriting. Instead of just settling for a newsletter marketing role, what you can do is position yourself as a high-ticket digital marketer and create email sequences in a template form and sell that as a digital product for high-ticket coaches, for example. Or you can do revenue sharing deals, long-term contracts, or even start your own copywriting agency. Or let's say, for example, that you're great at editing. Don't just settle for a small business. Try to find a way to automate your entire process, even get a team and scale for higher businesses. The reality is there's no shortage of people learning skills, but very few actually know how to turn that into serious money. And the reason why most people fail is because they're too focused on exchanging their time for money or working on the business instead of finding a way of automating the entire process so the business can work for them. So in this specific moment, you have a choice to make. You can either, number one, learn a skill and then just make an average living with it, or you can learn it and package it in a way that makes you irreplaceable. The ones who figure this out and choose option number two tend to be the ones to break free from the 9-to-5 daily grind and actually become irreplaceable and being top of the 1% income earners. And the last step, mechanize what others struggle to delegate. You can have the best skills in the world, but if you're working all day, every day in the business, you're basically losing money. Most people, when they want to break free from the 9-to-5 and get to the top 10% as fast as possible, what they do is they spend all day, every day working hard like a psycho. And I respect that. But after that, most people think that for them to get to the 1%, they need to just work more and more and more and more, but that's just unrealistic if you want to be part of the 1%. And don't get me wrong, you can get to the 1% with just sheer willpower and hard work. But it's just unnecessary because there are so many other ways of actually getting there without you having to trade 10 hours or 12 hours every day, every single day. Instead, what you need to do is create and implement systems that will help you automate this entire business so you can spend more time on what truly matters to you and not the low leverage task. What you really want to do is be able to invest in your health, your family, to travel, or whatever else you have in mind. In other words, we spend less time on what doesn't really matter and we spend more time and energy on what truly matters to you. That means hiring a virtual assistant, buying certain AI software tools and automations so you can use your resources in the right way to save yourself some time. That's it, guys. There you have it, the 3 steps to get ahead of 99% of people in 2025. If you ever have any concerns, questions, or curiosities, or you personally want some one-on-one help, send me a DM on Instagram and I'll help you out. Talk soon.